This video is about how to work with a child who's maybe a little bit anxious in the pool. I think our kids, they get so excited about the water and they can't wait to get in, but then also sometimes they're a little bit scared of it. And that makes sense. They get into the water, they feel out of control, they can't propel themselves, they sink, and so that can be a scary experience. I think the number one tip that I can give you is to give them plenty of space. Our instinct when a child is nervous is to get really close to them. But when someone's right next to you or ready to touch you at any moment, that can actually increase anxiety, especially for our neurodiverse kids who might be a little more sensitive to touch than others. You being right next to them or touching them a lot could create more anxiety. So I like to give them a lot of space. I make sure that before we get in the pool, I explain to the parent that that is my strategy, because sometimes parents get nervous. They'll be watching and I'll be like 10 feet away from their child and they think, oh no, he's gonna let go of the wall, he's gonna sink, he's in danger, and then their anxiety increases. So the way I manage that is just let them know ahead of time. It might look like I'm far away from him, but I can cross through that 10 feet like this because we're good swimmers. We can get there so fast. So they're not in any danger. And by giving them a little bit of time and space, it helps them to feel more confident that they're not going to just be grabbed and dunked underwater or something like that. I also like to create a workstation. And if you watch the video about using music, then you'll know a little bit about this workstation, but it's just a specific location where I always put them when they're gonna be independent. Now it might be just hanging onto the wall, but for some of our kiddos, if you put them on the wall, they're just gonna let go right away, or they're gonna be all over the place. So that's where I like to create a swim island. And I do that by dropping a swim step into the pool so that they can touch, but they can't touch all around them. I take them into the deepest level I need to so that the water is like up to here on them, but they're still able to stand there independently. So it gives them that independence, but also keeps them contained in a location. Another thing you can do for a child that's feeling anxious is to keep in mind your own feelings and emotions, because feelings really are contagious. And so what happens is when we're dealing with a child that seems to be worked up, we also get worked up. And if they are talking really fast or they're making a lot of noise or they're really excited, we do all of those things too. It's just natural. We match other people's emotions. But as the instructor, you can set the tone for this child. You can be the one that is calm and controlled, which will help the child to come down and feel calm and controlled. And we do that by taking deep breaths, by slowing down our speech, by speaking more quietly, by being a little less animated. So all of those things will help them to feel more comfortable and a little bit less anxious when they're in the pool. In summary, if you have a child who's feeling a little anxious, you want to make sure that you keep your feelings and emotions nice and calm, and that you give them plenty of space so they don't feel so nervous. All right, I'll see you in the next video.